All right, should be working right now, and just gonna wait at least 5-10 minutes before I start this commentary. It's gonna be an all-nighter because I have about 3 commentaries to get to. So I figured, why not do all 3 tonight? It's a Friday night. My nose itching. And we don't have anybody yet, but that's why I'm gonna wait about 5-10 minutes. This is a Patreon commentary for Ben. Well, PayPal, I should say. I messed up the title already. I always get mixed up. Patreon, PayPal. I always get mixed up. Really, this is a PayPal request, so I have to change the title. But I mean, Patreon, PayPal, oh well. I'll change it later. But hey, Cobb Inky, yeah, you're the first one. How are you doing? Just gonna wait about 5-10 minutes before I start the fan commentary. This is a PayPal request, paid request to do a commentary on Lockup, Stallone classic. How you doing, Cobb Inky? Yeah, you're the first one so far. New two-step entertainment. I am doing okay. How are you doing? Just relaxing. It's been raining for a little bit. Apparently it's going to rain the whole week. That's cool, horror fan. Just getting ready to do a commentary on the Sylvester Stallone classic Lockup. If anyone wants to join, watch along, feel free. Most of the time we'll be concentrating on the movie because this is a paid request. I have a review of Joker up, horror fan. Feel free to watch the review of Joker, but I did review Joker. I reviewed Joker when it came out, horror fan. Get to the chopper. That's nothing to do with Lockup, but that's cool. Hey, Bobby Reynolds, I am doing okay. Just waiting probably another 5, maybe 10 minutes till people show up. I'm going to do I don't have a favorite DC film right now. Maybe Batman 89, maybe. Maybe Superman, probably Superman the movie. Probably go with that, Superman the movie. The first one. But I won't answer too many random questions when the commentary starts going because I'm going to concentrate on the movie. Just and be aware of that. Thank you, Turtle Tank. I appreciate that. Thank you. Did get some new headphones. They are sounding. The sound is definitely improved on the ones I used the last time. It's weird. It says I have 4 viewers. But there's like 5-6 people in the chat. At least there was. Hey, Sean Stout, how are you doing? Yeah, again, just waiting about 5-10 minutes before I start the commentary. Just waiting for whoever wants to come in. That's why I put in earlier in the community, whatever you call it, on your YouTube page, that I'm going to be doing this tonight. I think I said 10 p.m. Central Time. Again, if anything happens and I start buffering out, it's because OBS from time to time will screw up. So it'll screw up, and then I gotta wait a minute for it to get back on, then I'll be back on in like a minute. So again, if that happens, you now know. JC Swarbrick, my evening is going okay. Just getting ready for the all-nighter where I'm going to be doing 3 commentaries. Because there are 3 requests I need to get done. And it's a bit hard to do commentaries. A bit easier to do on a stream. Yep, I know. This hat is from Days of Thunder. That's what this hat's from. In fact, there's a little slip in here that says Days of Thunder. This is the type of hat they wore in Days of Thunder. Eric is going okay. Again, Eric, I just asked Eric Herrera, please do not repeat. Usually you have a bad habit of repeating stuff over and over again. Just please don't do that today. But yeah, I'm doing okay. Again, you just have a habit of doing it. Yeah, there's a lot of lens flares in Total Recall Remake. That is true. That's why my rant is called Total Lens Flares. Well, like I said, it's going to be an all-nighter because I'm going to do a commentary for Lockup. Then I'm going to take a break. Then I'm going to do a commentary for Session 9. Then I'm going to take a break. And then we're going to do commentary on Red Dawn. The hat is from eBay. Amusement park, I don't know anything about it. I know nothing about George Romero's amusement park. I would say about 10:05 I'll start the commentary. Maybe 10:10, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, Total Recall Remake definitely has a lot of lens flares. JC Swarbrick, yes it is. Yes it is. The big red one. In my pants? Yes I do. But it's not too red, it's more pink. Nah, no, I've never seen the movie. No, I don't have the film. Well, the title of the video says Lockup, DJ Mexicano. Yeah, it's going to be Lockup, then Session 9, then Red Dawn. And there will probably be 3 different streams. Just be easier. Plus, that way I could take like a 5-minute break between them. So I'll do the stream, I'll end it, I'll go back on another stream, do Session 9, take a little break, then go back and do Red Dawn. And I want to get them all done tonight since it's the start of the weekend. The original Red Dawn. Not the remake. The original. So it's going to be Lockup right now. And then the second one will be Session 9. And the third one will be the original Red Dawn. Most overrated Stallone film besides Rambo 5? Creed. I've never seen Taking Care of Business. I've heard of it, but I've never seen it. No problem, Matt B. No problem at all, man. It's all good. No worries. Yeah, the lens flare, Total Recall, the remake, one of the more worthless fucking remakes. Force of Nature Mel Gibson trailer. It looked stupid, honestly. It looked really stupid. Mel Gibson looks like he's barely in it. The effects look shoddy. And it stars people I don't give a fuck about. It's low rent production values. Force of Nature looks... And Mel Gibson won't be the star. It'll be the other 2 people. So, Force of Nature I don't care to see. I do like the Thin Red Line. It's a little bit long, but it's a well-made movie. But yeah, I do like the Thin Red Line. Most underrated actress, Sharon Zombie? Nope. Nope. Twister reboot? Fuck that. I saw a Twister reboot called Into the Storm, which I liked. So they already rebooted it. It was called Into the Storm, and I enjoyed it. Don't need a Twister reboot. There's only so much you can do with fucking Twisters. Just do another tornado movie. They did with Into the Storm, and I liked it. The Town That Dreaded Sundown. Yes, I have heard of it. I've seen the original. It was okay. I have not seen the remake. Cobb Ainty, no problem. Greenberg, never heard of it. Yeah, the Total Recall remake is completely, utterly pointless. It is a pointless venture. Into the Storm is not as good as Twister, but still a fun, entertaining movie. I enjoyed it. I was a bit surprised by it. Don't expect fantastic of a movie, but it's a fun, entertaining diversion of a film. Okay, it says we have about 18 viewers, so I'm going to start the commentary in a little bit. RoboCop remake was worse. At least Total Recall remake has so many lens flares, I didn't really have to see the movie. RoboCop remake was just Joe Kennedy did a what Tiananmen PG-13, just awful. Hot Pursuit, I don't remember anything about. I don't remember a thing about Hot Pursuit. I reviewed Lockup, La Hoosier. I did a Stallone marathon where I reviewed all of Stallone's movies, including Lockup. I guess a lot of people haven't seen that marathon, but I did a marathon where I reviewed pretty much every Sylvester Stallone film years ago. And there's a playlist where all of my Stallone reviews are. Guess a lot of people have not seen that marathon. Golden Corral, nope. Don't know what that is. Worst remake ever? The Hitcher remake was pretty awful. That's up there. No reboot Alien. Oh, thank you, Nick B. I appreciate you seeing that. Ip Man 4, I have no interest. Ip Man 3 was shitty enough. Is that the one with Mike Tyson? If so, that was awful. I think the Hitcher remake is even worse than Psycho remake. Thank you, Perry Fan. I appreciate that. Thank you, Jesse Swarbrick. So, I will start the commentary since we got about 20-some people in here. So if anyone is watching this at home after the fact, I don't care about another Alien film. I reviewed The Foreigner with Jackie Chan. I have a review of it up. Again, for anyone out there who want to ask if I've seen a movie, please feel free to go to the channel first and type the movie in to see if I reviewed it or not. It just make things a lot easier. Thank you. I reviewed the Kickboxer remake. I reviewed both of them, Retaliation and whatever the fuck they were called, Vengeance. I already reviewed the Kickboxer films, Damian Thomas, the remake. Did you not see the reviews? I've done a commentary for Aliens, Jonathan Lindsay. I've done a commentary for Aliens. So everyone's asking me stuff that I've already done. I already reviewed The Foreigner. I already did a commentary for Aliens. I already did a video on the Kickboxer remake. It's fine, Turtle Tank 82. Like I said, if anyone's ever interested, just open up another tab, go to my channel, and just type in the name of the movie. There's a little magnifying glass on the channel right by the About. I think I did a commentary on The Blob. Maybe not. I think I reviewed Pumpkinhead. Did you find it on the channel? Giant Spider Invasion. Have not seen it. Type in Pumpkinhead on the channel and you'll see if I reviewed it or not. Cobb Inky, nah, not everyone knows that. Split Second MVD. Yeah, I have it on my Amazon wish list. But the shitty thing is there's no Rutger Hauer. No, it was for the third film. Oh, God. That's right. The second or third? No, yeah, it was the third one. That's right. That was back in the day when me and Michael Keane, we did this challenge where we each reviewed the same movie on each of our channels. Well, I liked the first Pumpkinhead. That's the only Pumpkinhead film I liked. I thought I reviewed it. Guess not. The Car from the 70s, it was alright. Ashes to Ashes, oh, okay. Well, let's start the commentary. It's about 10:11. Yeah, it's 10:11 p.m. right now. Mike's too busy. Mike's too busy with work. That's why he hasn't even done a lot of reviews. He's just been too busy with work. In fact, let me do some real quick. I'll feel better on my ears. There we go, yeah. Why does everyone always... Arturo Corona, you asked that before. Are you trolling or something? You already know that's a door and that's a closet. You asked that last time. Either you're trolling or what's the deal, man? Hey, CJ Meredith, how you doing? Hey, David Paul Blanchard. Hey, Klinger XT. Hey, Crystal Lake Counselor. Yeah, rest in peace, Sonny Landham. Are you a troll, Arturo Corona? Someone said you're a troll. Are you a troll? Hey, John Zero Cool. How are you doing, John? How's it going, John? I'm getting ready to watch Lockup. Pop your tops, all 6 of them. I'm Gumby, damn it. Pop your tops, all 6 of them. The Fly 86. Good film. Good remake. One of the better remakes of the 80s. Let me not have the microphone right up to my lips. So kill everyone's headphones. Favorite buddy cop movie? I think I've said Tango and Cash in the past. Yeah, let's get into the commentary. 3, 2, 1, pressing play. This is a paid request for Ben. Little TriStar. Fucking White Horse, what's going on? Fucking White Horse. That's Richard Pryor did that at the beginning of a film. Sadly, it's a bad film called Another You. And in the TriStar Horses logo, Richard Pryor makes fun of it. Fucking wings, what's going on? Fucking White Horse. Most hated remake? I don't know. The Hitcher is up there. I don't know why people hated Dick Carter. I reviewed all Dick Carter. I reviewed pretty much all of Stallone's films. But yeah, Dick Carter's fun. I don't know why. I think because they love the original Dick Carter. So they hate the remake. Sorry about that, John. Yeah, sorry that your commentary stream went kaput. And here we have the music by Bill Conti, who did the Rocky films. This is an underrated score by Bill Conti. No one really talks about this score, but it's a beautiful score. As directed by John Flynn. This is the guy that directed Bestseller, which is a good James Woods movie. And he directed Out for Justice, my favorite Steven Seagal film. So, very competent director. Thank you, Grade B. Glad you liked it. Now here we have Stallone, pretty much in a minimum security prison. He's able to leave from time to time. We get a little bit of history of his life through these pictures hanging on the wall. Done better here than it was in fucking Rambo 5. When they had try to have pictures in the wall to tell what happened between Rambo 4 and Rambo 5. This is done better here. And Bill Conti's score is great in this. Lock Up was not a hit. It was a box office flop. In fact, when it debuted at number 7 on the box office weekend. Number 7. The films that beat it were Parenthood, Turner and Hooch, Lethal Weapon 2, Weekend at Bernie's, When Harry Met Sally, and Batman on the opening weekend. Hey Chaz, it is a commentary for Ben. It is a paid request. I did not like Rawhead Rex, no. Linda Carter is hotter than Gal Gadot. Well, no, the trivia says Stallone asked James Woods, since he worked with him on Bestseller, is this guy a good director? And James Woods said, yes, he's a good director. And apparently they started working on this film with no script. And so they had a prison, they used real life prisoners, but they did not have a finished script while making the film. This is a little bit foreshadowing as he's playing football with the little kids. And of course, we're going to lead to the football scene later on. Frank McRae played Eclipse, and Frank McRae was in a couple films. I think he was in Paradise Alley. And he might have been in a bit role in Rocky 2. I know he was in Paradise Alley. I think he was in a film after this with Stallone. I forget which one. That little move. It's all cool. Means everything's okay. This has a good heart to it. It's sad this film was such a box office bomb. That's the thing with Stallone. Most Stallone films in the 80s were bombs unless it was a Rocky film or the first 2 Rambo films. Cobra underperformed. Tango and Cash did okay, maybe. The rest of the films, Rambo 3 bombed, or it was a disappointment. This film bombed. This is more underrated. Copland got some good critical reviews. This got nothing. Critics hated it. It flopped. Copland at least got a bit more praise compared to this. He was in Rocky 2, Frank McRae. I remember Frank McRae. He was the police chief in Last Action Hero and also in the first 48 Hours. And National Lampoon's Little Weapon 1. Scotty! Cappuccino! And there's James doing Scotty. Go watch National Lampoon's Little Weapon 1 if you want a fun parody movie. But, yeah, I thought Stallone... Jeb Stewart, who wrote this, I think he had a hand in writing or rewriting Leviathan, I believe. Lawrence Gordon produced it. But yeah, he worked well with this lady who played his girlfriend, his wife. John Flynn, again, the director of Out for Justice with Steven Seagal and Bestseller with James Woods, 2 good movies. And then showcasing the minimum security where you're able to go out, which will lead then to the maximum security. Well, yeah, overseas Cobra did fine, but you gotta think about it this way. In 1985, Rambo 2 made 150 million in the US. The year later, 86, Cobra comes out and it only made 49 million in the US. And that was supposed to be Stallone's new franchise. Like his version of Dirty Harry that would get sequels, and never did. Because think about it, the previous year he did a film that made 150 million in the US. The next year they released it in May, the premiere weekend, and it only made 49 million. That's not good. Warner Brothers was disappointed. No sequels for Cobra, and it was derided by critics. Over the Top is free on YouTube. That's cool. So that's a good movie. Do I like Home Alone 1 and 2? Sure, I like them. But showcasing the difference here between the minimum security prison and then where the guards are more friendly with him. Everything's a bit more friendly. He's a model prisoner. And then compared it to later on the maximum security. I have reviewed Oscar, Matt B. If you want to watch that review, I've reviewed pretty much every Stallone film. For those interested, I like Oscar. I'm not a fan of Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, so I don't really care what he wanted to do for Spider-Man 3, to be honest. Welcome to hell. I'm going to give you the guided tour. Yes, Donald Sutherland was an evil, evil person in this. I think it's one of Donald Sutherland's best roles. I think this is one of Stallone's more underrated performances. He's very genuine, he's really good, and no one cared. To this day, no one cares about this film. No special features, nothing. No one ever talks about it. Stallone never brings this up. I guarantee if you ask Stallone, he'd probably dismiss this movie. It sucks. Now here we have one of the cops is John Amos. John Amos was on the TV show Good Times. He was also in Die Hard 2, who told John McClane, at the wrong place at the wrong time. Story of my life. But then, yeah, just John Amos. On your feet. And they're taking him to maximum security. Even though he did nothing wrong, it's because Donald Sutherland is such a fucking prick. Rawhead Rex I found boring. I found slow. I didn't care about any of the characters. The monster looks goofy and silly. There's nothing special about it. There's really nothing interesting about it. My question is, what is there to like about Rawhead Rex? I can see why Clive Barker thought it was shitty. That's just my opinion, though. Yeah, I don't have the special edition of Cobra. I just have the original Blu-ray. That's right. John Amos was in Coming to America's McDowell. Not McDonald's. McDowell. But now they're taking him to transferring, so to speak. Oh, I can't remember that number. I know what scene you're talking about. But I can't remember numbers. But I do remember that scene you mean, Crystal Lake Counselor. But yeah, I can't remember that kind of stuff. Yeah, but First Blood, the thing is, First Blood doing that number, no one expected anything out of that movie because it was a cursed project, because people thought it was going to be a bomb. Cobra, they expected a blockbuster, and they didn't. John Amos was in commercials for McDonald's. I did not know that. John Amos, wasn't he in The Beastmaster? I think he was in that as well. Here's Donald Sutherland, the sumbitch. Welcome to Gateway, Leone. Welcome to hell. I'm going to give you the guided tour. Son of a bitch. The motherfucker. This one guy, what the fuck is like Fozzie Bear, this other guard to the left of Stallone. It looks like if Fozzie Bear was human and had a dad, it'd be him. Fucking redheads. Like if Annie was a guy and had a mustache. It's little old Annie, but he turned into a guy. She had a sex change. Well, now there he is. He opened the door, the prison door. Little orphan Annie became a guy. She became an SJW and changed her sex and grew a mustache. The actor that plays first. What actor plays first? What's first? Crystal Lake Counselor. A monster movie take place in a prison. I liked Star Trek the animated series. I liked it. A monster. I mean, there's horror films that took place in a prison, but a monster movie that takes place in a prison? That's interesting. I don't. Maniac Cop 2 at the end. Is he considered a monster, or are you talking about an actual monster? First Base. Okay. I don't know. I'd have to look on IMDb. No, and Tom Sizemore is in First Base. The guy who steals the car and then gets killed by Sonny Landon with the weights. That's First Base. I'm not sure if he's been in anything else. It was not produced and performed with enough maturity to make a significant impact. Stallone, that's bullshit. It is mature. It's made well. They got a real prison. They got real prisoners. You got a great cast. You got Donald Sutherland, Tom Sizemore, Sonny Landon. Stallone did a great job. These guys are just complete utter scumbags. Complete fucking scumbags. It'd be fucking relevant today with what's going on. If you want to hate guards, here you go. Here's the movie for you. Connor Lyons, I'm Doing Okay. Just watching Lockup. Request for Ben. Paid request. Thank you so much, Ben, if you ever see this. A Creature in a Prison. I don't think I've ever seen that. I like to see that type of movie, but I don't think I've seen that. That pretty much Donald Sutherland is telling the story about this electric chair. Put that electric chair into working position, which will be used, well, kind of used later on. So, a little bit of foreshadowing for the ending. So pretty much Donald Sutherland is pissed that he escaped his prison and made a fool out of him. Night in the Museum, I don't mind it. Michael Keaton, I don't need to see Michael Keaton in a Flash movie. To me, that's fucking stupid. It's a waste of Michael Keaton to be in a fucking Flash film. What's he going to do in a Flash film? I think Stallone and Donald Sutherland do a great job here in this scene. I got 5 goddamn years and I paid my debt. To the state, but not to me. And yet, wait, 6 months could be 6 years. This is hard time, Frank. Does Sutherland. Just with the red light, he's just fucking Satan himself. Welcome to hell. I'm going to give you the guided tour. Yeah, Sonny Landham is in this. Rest in peace, Sonny Landham. Action Jackson Cobra crossover. Not with Action Jackson, no. I mean, I like Action Jackson, but no. Not as much to see a crossover. They can just elbow him and beat the shit out of him and won't matter. Reminds me of near the beginning of First Blood, when they hosed him down. And here begins the torture. He's supposed to hold his breath, and assholes try to make him hold his breath even longer. How long can you hold your breath? Humpty Dumpty here, that's what this fucking guard's nickname, Humpty fucking Dumpty. Stallone has pushed too far. Yeah, that's one of the appeals I had for Stallone back in the day, is he would make movies like that, where he would become an underdog, and they push him, and then he fights back. To me, that was interesting compared to the other action stars. But then he doesn't do that anymore. We don't need Expendables 4. Expendables 4 is pointless. Fuck Expendables 4. Aaron, I'm doing okay. How are you doing, Aaron? It's not really a remake of Rambo First Blood. Maybe that one scene, but not the whole movie. No, I'm not a Shrek guy. I mean, they're not awful. They would not be rants, but I'm just not big into Shrek. And they found a good prison. I like the structure of the prison. Authenticity, because it's a real prison. A lot of the extras are real prisoners, so again, brings a certain sense of authenticity to it. No, I've not reviewed Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Yeah, apparently a lot of these... Watch out for the birds. So a lot of these extras are real prisoners. So you got Stallone in the middle of real prisoners. Imagine something bad happen. Again, there's a bit of authenticity to the faces of these guys. And there's Sonny Landham in the background. Bigger than him, taller than him. I mean, before this, he had been in Predator, so he worked with Arnold. Where were Carl Weathers and Action Jackson, as well as Predator. Chuck Norris and Firewalker, he worked with him. Yeah, pay. I don't pay. I don't punk. Or how about $2? You pay $2. Put a fucking hole in your heart. Fucking assholes. Yeah, just hide the fucking ice pick. The shank, I should say. Oh, there's no shank, huh? You disappeared up your ass? Spread your legs and bend over, you fuck face. You're going to hole. The asshole. Yeah, rest in peace, Sonny Landham. Which prison scenes are better, this or Tango and Cash? Well, I mean, I like Tango and Cash more as a movie, so I guess I would choose that, but this is still a good one. Why'd you cover him? Cover him. You got your rules. We've got ours. Thank you, David. I appreciate that. Thank you for that. Here's Tom Sizemore. Because later on he would be in films like Saving Private Ryan. He was in The Relic, which I enjoy. No one's asking for Expendables 4. Fuck Expendables 4. Prison scenes between this and Tango and Cash. I mean, I like Tango and Cash more as a movie, so I'd choose that, but DTA. Don't trust anybody. Words to survive by. Fuck a Steve Plan. Steve Plan's a big fucking piece of shit. I ranted on a Steve Plan. I ranted on all three Steve Plan films. All three Steve Plan films can suck my ass. Fuck a Steve Plan. And 2. And 3. Worst Spielberg film? I don't know. Ready Player One? But Tyler Sizemore did a good job here as this guy who's a little bit skittish, but trying to be a little bit friendly as the character of Dallas. Mainly I like rock music, movie soundtracks, mainly rock and roll. Here we go, Frank McRae as Eclipse. Like I said, Frank McRae, he was the boss in 48 Hours. He was the boss in Last Action Hero. He was the boss in National Lampoon's Loaded Weapon 1. Cielo, I'm doing okay. Yeah, I know that the specialized edition stores. I know it. As Stallone's character here, he's just an easy-known guy. Just wants to do his time. Different character than he's played in Rocky. Different character than he's played in Rambo. He was trying to do different things, including this. And I thought it worked out rather well. Worst Dennis Leary film? I don't know. I don't know all of his films. Tom Sizemore's character is just such a wise ass in this movie. He's a lot of fun in this. Yeah, I love the set they have. It's not even a set. I love that they used a real prison. It really brought a sense of the look to the film. Sturdy, it's grimy, and yeah, authentic. Because it was real. You can't get more real than real. And of course, the assholes, they broke his picture of his lady. They had to rip it up, break it up. Because they're dickheads. Fuck kids. Fuck Expendables 4. Favorite Western, Young Guns. I don't mind Ricochet, it's okay. And this film is progressive and people don't give it credit. The good people in prison are the black people. That's true. John Amos and the other guy, they're the good people in the prison. If this was released nowadays, maybe you'd get brownie points for that. But here, they're just characters and good characters. But yeah, critics are like, I don't give a fuck about this movie. It sucks. Duh, 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 duh. Fuck Night Professor 2. Lou Diamond Phillips, good actor. My favorite of his is The First Power, which I reviewed. So Tom Sizemore has this map, a plan to escape. Of course, later on, when you realize that Tom Sizemore is kind of working with the warden, maybe this is him trying to get, or told to get, Stallone to fuck up so he can get more years. Or maybe that's later where that happens. There you go. Well, I'm watching the movie, David, as long as the movie's on. And Stallone's a good actor. I mean, critics always gave Stallone shit. But he says his lines fluently. I always understood what he was saying. He was never unintelligible like critics say. And he did a great job in this. He cared. And he tried. So it's fucking ridiculous with critics. Let me set this down a little bit. Move the camera a little bit up. There we go. There we go. Favorite game for NES? I don't have a favorite game for NES. Damien Thomas, haven't I reviewed Route 666? Crystal Lake Counselor, I would go with Cobra. Yep, JS actually mentioned that earlier in the stream. He directed Out for Justice, my favorite Steven Seagal film. Tango & Cash counts as a Stallone movie. Thank you, Jason. Yeah, doing my best. But I know I keep repeating this, but I love the real authenticity of this prison. It looks like a real prison. I mean, doesn't look glorified, prettied up. The extras inside, the extras look natural. They look like real people. And then Stallone's chair is just an easygoing guy, just trying to take it day by day. And this is the first base character that people were earlier in the chat were asking about. I'm not sure if this guy has done any more movies. Nick, I'm doing okay. I know, Damien, but I'm just saying for anyone who ever sees this, all people have to do is go to the channel. Like someone just asked me about Roadhouse. For everyone in the chat, listen and listen closely. This is not being mean about it. Go to my channel or open up another tab. On the top right, by the about, there's a magnifying glass. Just click on the magnifying glass and type in the name of the movie. Because like Roadhouse, I've reviewed Roadhouse. I did a little Patrick Swayze marathon. I reviewed Roadhouse. I think I reviewed Route 66. Favorite James Cameron movie, Aliens. Pretty much Stallone saving this kid's life, realizing that you could get shanked really easily in prison. There's a foreshadowing for the football game later. Billy Mount 2, yeah, Spy Kids 3D is probably the worst Stallone role, yeah. Your body has to be here, but your brain doesn't. So you keep moving. You don't become a piece of this place. I love this guy. Fucking birds. Fucking birds don't eat in the rain. I don't know why I just like this guy. I don't think he ever shows up again, but just like, fucking birds. They don't eat the rain. Fucking birds. Do I like old black and white movies? If they're good movies, sure. Why can't Sly do a film like this now? Well, John Zero Cool, think about it. Why would he do a film like this when A, it flopped, B, the critics hated it, and C, he dislikes it? I mean, someone even mentioned a quote Stallone said that it wasn't maturely produced and done as it should have been. So why would he? That's the thing, John. He doesn't like a lot of his old films. What movie was that Pop Your Tops clip from? Leviathan, a film from 1989, which is one of my all-time favorite films. Leviathan. I don't have a favorite Joker. Yep, I reviewed all the estate plan. I reviewed pretty much every Stallone film. I reviewed pretty much every Stallone film. Now we're getting to the football scene. You and I will play later, you little fuck. Now this is the football scene, which is no stunt doubles. Stallone did this all himself. In the mud, in the rain, hard hitting. I think Stallone said he almost broke his leg during this. David, I did a video about Joel Schumacher of just a few days ago. David Salgado, I did a video a few days ago about Joel Schumacher. I barely remember Rolling Thunder, to be honest, Lewis. That's true. Stallone has lost his passion nowadays. For the past 10 years, he's made nothing but dog shit. I'm sorry. I know he can do better because I watch movies like this. I watch movies like Cobra. I watch movies like Cliffhanger and Demolition Man. He can do better. First down. Fuck you, that's your last one. You're dead. You'll never last the fucking game. Just Sonny Landham. Billy Mount 2, you keep asking me about movies I've already reviewed. I'm not getting mad. I already reviewed Rambo Last Blood. I ranted on it for like 50 minutes. Fuck Rambo Last Blood. I guess you didn't see my rant on it. But fuck Rambo Last Blood. It was a piece of fucking dog shit. I love that during the huddle, someone just fucking sucker punches someone. Bill Conti did a great job with the music. Just brutal, this football game. And you see it's Stallone doing it himself. I think Stallone was hoping this would do something for his career, be taken seriously, but it didn't, sadly. Why do you think Sly stopped giving a shit? I have no idea. You Your answer will be better than mine. I have no idea why. I really don't. I really do not. I think the guy must have some type of money problems, because why else would he do his Steve Plan 2 and 3? I think he has money problems that we don't know about. Even though this guy made $20 million movies, paychecks. Any reason why Stallone doesn't like a lot of his older films? I have no idea. You don't have to ask Sly himself. Your favorite dead actor? I don't know. Brandon Lee, Bruce Lee, John Candy, Chris Farley. Never saw Ingmar Bergman movies. Haven't seen them. I don't watch my rants. I don't watch my videos. I honestly don't care for my videos. I don't watch them. When I upload them, that's pretty much the last time I watch them. God, this football game just brutal. And then Fred McRae. What hit me? F-Train, son. I love Bill Conti's score. I mean, he's known for the Rocky films, but no one ever talks about this score. But Bill Conti did a fantastic job. Fantastic job. Fred McRae helping him up. Just a brutal football game. Bruises and cuts and mud everywhere. Damian Thomas, thank you. I appreciate that. Sit. Hut 21. Hut 22. Fuck you. Oh, thank you, Bobby Reynolds, for the super chat. Would black and white work nowadays? Bobby Reynolds. Sadly, a lot of people get turned off by black and white movies. I mean, the last one I could think of was that film that won some awards, The Artist or whatever, but no one ever talks about that film. For me, if it's a good movie, I'm fine with black and white. But I think a lot of kids today, they would just be turned off. The younger generation who don't know movies. They only know movies that came out the last 5 years. Sonny Landon being an asshole. Ooh, that's a hard hit. Touchdown, asshole. My favorite Bill Conti score? I don't know what my favorite would be. I don't know. Tim Burton do an Elm Street film? No. No. 5 favorite prison dramas? That's tough. I mean, it's hard for me to think of prison dramas. I mean, Lockup would be in there. Shawshank Redemption would be in there. I don't know what other prison dramas. I can't think of any right now. I just think of Lockup and the Shawshank Redemption. I mean, I reviewed Dead Man Walking. That was decent. Ever Since the World Began. Yeah, that's the song at the end by Jimmy Jamison. Love that song. I actually like Jimmy Jamison's better than just Survivors. I think Jimmy Jamison did a better version, which is at the end of this movie. Cobra 86. I already taught the Mappy. It's all good. An Innocent Man, yeah, that's a good one. Tom Selleck. I'm not really a fan of Blood Simple. Sorry. No, Lockup was 1989. Rocky 5 was 1990. So Lockup was the same year as Tango and Cash, and both did not really do well. Favorite Elm Street film? Elm Street 4. And just Donald Sutherland just keeps testing them. You won't break me. You won't break me. This just has all the elements you want. Has a good cast, consistent pacing, using a real location and real prisoners as extras, so it's authentic and it looks good. The score is very well done. I don't know what's... Death Warrant is good, but the guy was asking about dramas. I mean, if you're talking prison movies in general, I would say Prison with Rennie Harlan directing, Death Warrant with Van Damme, but he said prison dramas. Steve from Alcatraz, I haven't seen it all the way through, so can't comment on it. Just lost interest watching the movie. Yeah, I know the Esters are real prisoners. I mentioned that in the previously. No, there's no work print of Lock Up. Pretty much telling the story of how he got in prison. The punch beat up this old guy that took care of him. He did 18 months for aggravated assault in Donald Sutherland's prison. He escaped because the guy was dying and Donald Sutherland got pissed. So now he's here. Honestly, the Green Mile, I'm not really much into. I don't care for the ending. I think the movie's way too long. Shawshank Redemption, I think, is much better than... I'm not really a fan of the Green Mile. I think it's a bit overrated. These favorite John Travolta film? I don't know. Speed Kills. David Salgado, thank you. I appreciate that. Here we go. Here's the car. The review of the car. Here we have the body shell of this car. Never saw The Lighthouse. Don't really care to. I don't have a favorite book. Here we go. We got a little montage going as they're fixing up this car. I like the song played here too. As they're fixing this car up, getting the engine working. There's a lot of movies that deserve director's cuts. Too many to mention. I mean, Extended Cut of Cobra, NC-17 cut of Predator 2. I mean, the list goes on. Favorite martial arts film? I don't know. It's hard to pick just one, so I can't answer that. And they're just playing with each other. I like that. Shows a bit of humanity for these characters. A bit of levity. Just people messing with each other. I think this is the music that was in the trailer for Dolomite Is My Name, the Eddie Murphy film. I believe so. Favorite montages? Rocky 4. Definitely Rocky 4 for favorite montages. Carnosaur book? No, I did not get into it. Didn't care for the story. Arturo, everything's okay here. Yeah, Sally Town Sizemore just got too bad into the drug scene, addiction. But he did a great job in The Relic. I'll say they did a great job in The Relic. I don't like anything in Rambo Last Blood. People should already know that by now. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, like I said, it shows a good camaraderie and humanity between these characters. Same, yeah, okay, yeah. This I thought that song sounded familiar. Yeah, it was used in a "Don't Let My Name" trailer. We worry, work, and think. We hope that you bury us upside down so the warden can kiss our ass. Tim Burton film, favorite movie, Batman Returns, Ed Wood. Favorite movie montage, Rocky 4. I mentioned Rocky 4. I don't know. I think Stallone should retire. I've said that multiple times. At this point, Stallone should just retire. He hasn't made a good film in 10 years. I've just burned out too many times, Stallone. He should just retire. Just retire. He had a good run. Just retire. I don't need to see him do anything more. That's where I'm at right now. Just disappointed me way too many times for 10 years straight. 10 fucking years. Bullet in the Head sucked. Steve Plan films sucked. All those films sucked. Rambo 5 sucked. Creed films sucked. Rocky sequels will never get special editions. Don't ask me why, but if they haven't gotten them by now, they never will. Do I think Stallone will ever make a comeback? No, I don't. I'm sorry. I don't. 10 years, he's had a failure rate. Expendables wasted that franchise. Push it into the ground. Steve Plan, instead of doing a film with Jackie Chan called Ex Bad Dad, he does Steve Plan sequels. Every decision he's making, I don't understand. People say, oh, he's going to do Hunter. He's been saying he's going to do Hunter for 10 years. I'm sorry, Perry fan. We agree to disagree. I think Expendables 2 is a bad joke. I really do. But no, I think Stallone won't make a comeback. I disagree. I'm not a fan of Expendables 2. To me, that's too disappointing in too many aspects. His fight between him and Van Damme was shit. And it should not have been shit. Chuck Norris doing jokes about Chuck Norris. Fats. Give me a break. Give me a break. Awful CGI blood. Seemed more so than the first one. Expendables 2 has too many disappointments. I don't care about Samaritan. I don't care about any film Stallone's coming out nowadays. 10 years. He made a shitty Rambo film. When he can't even make a good Rambo film, I'm done with Stallone. Of new stuff, I'm done with Stallone. I'll just go watch his and enjoy his old stuff like this. I don't think he can. The fact that he still wants to do an Expendables 4, the fact he still wants to do another Rocky film, and the silly, stupid ideas he has for a Rocky film. Why should I have hope? Why? 10 years. So he lets the guy start it, which worked well, but then this guy fucks it up. I disagree. I think Expendables 1 had better action. The shotgun with explosives felt more powerful. I it felt more visceral with the way it was edited. I mean, Dolph got to do more. Dolph got to blow people's heads up in the beginning. All Dolph did in the second one was be a joke. A fucking joke. Expendables 2. Van Damme was wasted and barely given nothing to do. Chuck Norris is there to speak to Chuck Norris fat. Dolph was ridiculed, turned to a joke, talking about eating whale ass. Yeah, this first base is driving the car in the yard. I mean, he wants to drive it one time and one time only, but Savs don't ruin this car. They spend all this time to build and make, so first base fucked up here. Yeah, Randy Couture was in the second film as well. He should have been killed off in the second movie. No, Stallone wants to do a Rocky film, not another Creed film. He wants to do an actual Rocky film, which is stupid. Sorry, T. Stone. I think Avenging Angelo is one of his worst ones. Good job, first base. You got Stallone to be put into the hole. Assassins isn't that bad, in retrospect. It's not that good, but it's not that bad. But I reviewed the film for those interested. Like I said, I reviewed pretty much all of Stallone's movies on the channel. Just one day I need to redo Spy Kids 3 and Ants. What was the guy who played Rocky? You mean Sylvester Stallone? You don't know who Sylvester Stallone is, stranger boy? They should stop making pretty much every fucking franchise. Yes, including Terminator, Rocky, Rambo, everything. Every franchise is just ruined. Sonny Landham just busts all that hard work they did. I mean, with the music and the build-up, they make you feel sorry for them busting up a car. As weird as that sounds. I think the music helps. I think dwindling the sound effects and rising up the music, it all helps with that. Now he's in isolation in the hole. I like the Sly's girl has a bit of fire to him. I want to see the warden. Leone 510. That's the number, 510. Leone 510. Sadistic way they're doing it, not letting them be able to sleep. This bright ass light. Leone 510. And the weird thing Bill Conti does with the music, it almost makes it 10 seconds away from a horror film with the music, or a psychological horror with the music. Like, honestly, you listen to this piece at the store, it sounds like being an alien film. Now they're cutting half his rations, half his food. Yeah, Nighthawks is a good movie. Nighthawks is a good film. I have a review of that on the channel as well. That's a good flick. So what are your guys' favorite Stallone film in the chat? You can only name one movie, though. I guess in a way this is a montage too, but just not a fun montage. That's a good bit of lighting, how light eases down, but then the camera focuses on his eyes. That's a nice little shot. They did the same thing to Stallone Schwarzenegger Escape Plan. Yeah, which pissed me off more about Escape Plan because it's just at times a ripoff of this movie, and this movie did it better. This movie did it better than Escape Plan. That's why did Stallone do Escape Plan? He already did it, and it's called Lockup. So what was the point of doing that movie when he already did with Lockup? Walt WRJ518. You never seen Lockup? It's well worth it. Feel free to watch my review. For anyone out there, feel free to watch any of my reviews. Thank you, Matt B. I appreciate that. But if anyone ever interested, feel free to check out my playlist, which I reviewed pretty much all of Stallone's films, but the crime Stallone did, this guy who took care of him, these punks hurt him, and so Stallone took revenge, and it was for 18 months for aggravated assault, and he's serving his 18 months, and then he escaped because the guy was dying, and Donald Sutherland was the warden. He was a complete dickhead, so he wouldn't let him go. So Stallone escaped, and because he escaped to see his father figure who died, or was dying, he got 5 years. He's serving the last 18 months, and now Donald Sutherland, who has a grudge, has brought him from minimum security to here to just torture him and make the last 6 months a living hell for him. And just, Donald Sutherland is a real piece of work in this. I'm laughing because of John Amos talking to the asshole guard. You fat piece of shit. I'll shine my foot up your ass, you fat piece of shit. I love the makeup they did here that shows that Stallone has gone through some hardship during being in the hole. Don't know anything about that Scorsese movie, David. I mean, I've said I've reviewed pretty much every Stallone film. I mean, I like the first 4 Rocky films. 4 is my favorite. 5 has its issues, but I can watch it. And particularly the work part, which I think is better than theatrical cut of Rocky 5. Rocky Balboa, saw in the theater, was great. Fuck Creed. Fuck Creed 2. I love all 4 Rambo films. Fuck the 5th one. Nighthawks is good. Paradise Alley I could not get into. Cobra is one of my favorites. My favorite Stallone film right now is Rambo First Blood Part 2. The most underrated film of his, I think, is Rambo 3 and Cobra. I love Tango and Cash. It's one of my favorite buddy cop films. I love this movie. ICU, I think, is his most underrated performance. Driven is a piece of shit. Daylight is good. Cliffhanger is one of his best. Demolition Man is one of his best. I did a review and a commentary for Demolition Man on the channel. Spy Kids 3, I think, is technically his worst one. One of his worst are films like Bat Trace, State Plan 2, State Plan 3. The first State Plan is awful. Bullet in the Head is pointless. Oh yeah, I forgot I reviewed the Italian Stallion. That's right. See, when I go for marathon, I try to review as many as I can of the person. I did review the Italian Stallion, and Sally, that's not his worst movie. I'd rather watch the Italian Stallion than Bat Trace or Estate Plan 2 or Spy Kids 3. Copland is great. I don't think Stallone can fix his career. I think it would... I don't. All of Us, I don't know what that is. You think this is your car? This ain't your car. It's Warner's car. The warden did this. But it shows that Stallone's character is not this perfect character. He's got a lot of stress under him, so he's able to lose it at least a little bit here. See, people who say Stallone can't act, just go watch films like Copland or this one or ICU and so forth. I don't know anything about 300. Fuck Animal Factory. Fuck Animal Factory. How about that, Chris Hansen? Fuck Animal Factory. Animal Factory is lame ass. Sounds like a fucking kid show. Animal Factory. Sounds like something Mr. Rogers would produce. Welcome to the Animal Factory on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. At least learn how to spell fuck. You don't even know how to spell fuck. You're an idiot. It's F-U-C-K, moron. You're so stupid you don't know how to spell fuck? Really? You forgot the C in it, dumbass. At least I know how to spell the word fuck, Chris Hansen. You have no right to call anyone a moron when you don't even know what fuck, how it's spelled. How many words you don't misspell this time? I mean, you already misspelled fuck, which is an easy word to spell. Genius. Chris Hansen. It's F-U-C-K. Have you tried Hooked on Phonics? It's not just for kids. I mean, I know how to spell fuck. Chris Hansen, why don't you ask your mom? And she'll tell you whether I fucked or not. How do you think you were born? Guess he doesn't know his real parent. Go ask your mom. Yes, I did. I fucked your mom. You know this. You're just denying it. Don't deny the truth. Look in the mirror. I'm your daddy, and what does he do? Who's your daddy, and what does he do? Moron. Guy doesn't even know how to spell fut. He still continues to misspell fut. He spells it with 2 K's. Well, see, his mom can't talk because it's got a dick in it right now, probably. So that's why she can't answer my question. Yeah, that's why you have a fake name. Chris, you know what Chris Hansen did, right? You know who Chris Hansen went after, right? Look in the mirror. That's who he went after. You know the people Chris Hansen went after? Look in the mirror. You're a bit more. We're coming up with To the Death of First Base. I've never saw 300 sequel, prequel Arturo. Idiots like that are ridiculous. Like, the guy didn't even know how to spell fuck. And he continued to misspell fuck. He spelled it with 2 K's. That's how smart this person is. Ridiculous. Chris Hansen, the guy who was trolling in here. He spelled fuck F-U-K, then he kept spelling it F-U-K-K-E-D. What a moron. He's trying to troll, you gotta learn how to spell. Actors who should have been bigger, Brad Dourif is one. I mean, Jeff Speakman is another, Robert Russler. There's a bunch of actors. This is pretty good cinematography, a bit of a smoky area for this gym. A little bit ambiance. Yeah, that one troll that went in here and spelled dumb D-U-M-D. That's right. Nah, I just had a troll come in here trying to talk smack, and he spelled fuck F-U-K, then kept spelling it F-U-K-K-E-D, but yet was calling people a moron. It just... What can you say? They kind of prove themselves. I did some good cinematography. I like the smoky atmosphere. And these prisoners look intimidating prisoners, including Sonny Landham. May Sonny Landham rest in peace. Well, that's what his username and picture was. Chris Hansen. Oh, I took care of him. He's gone now. A guy using the monitor, Chris Hansen. Nope, he's not going to win this fight. He's nowhere near going to win this fight. Yeah, this would be a pretty horrible death, to die this way from all this weight crashing down on you. I mean, I would imagine it'd be quick, but still, it'd be pretty horrible. Yeah. He's definitely dead. Antonio T is one of the many reasons, because Escape Plan ripped off a lot from this movie, and this movie to me is a lot better. It's a lot better. It's better story-wise, it's better acting-wise, it's better music-wise. Go Lakers, I did a review of Holy Man. This is what I'm talking about, guys. Like, every time I come on here, people ask me about reviews I've already done. It's not that hard, guys. I'm not trying to get mad. Just go to the channel, go to the magnifying glass in the top right, and just type in the name of the movie, man. I reviewed Holy Man when I did my Eddie Murphy marathon. I don't know. I'm not trying to be rude, guys. I just don't know what's hard about that, man. It's tough when you have to answer the same question over and over again. It's like, I reviewed that already. It takes less than 2 minutes. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to be angry about it. Really not that angry about it. Just... This is a good little performance by Stallone. He's pissed off, but he's got to be under control. Do you have a 4K player? No, I do not. Better villain? Well, it's apples and oranges. I mean, it's two completely different villains, so it's not really fair to compare the two. CJ Meredith, you can come on. I won't get mad at anybody. The only time I truly get mad at anybody is like that troll who came in. So feel free, CJ Meredith. There you go, smacking the shit out of these guys. Like they fucking deserve. And the fight is not, too busy. It's not too choreographed. So it makes it a little bit more real. Sonny Landon worked well as the villain. I prefer this over that. Yes, WRJ. But I've grew up with this film. I still enjoy this film to this day. I think it still holds up. Oh, no problem, CJ Meredith. I like the sound effects too. I like the old school sound effects they had back in the day with punches. They don't do that nowadays because it'd be deemed too unrealistic, the sound of the punches. Be deemed too unrealistic. But I love it. It gives a certain force. The bah, bah. But I know they don't do that because it's too unrealistic. But you know what? It's a movie. We're not going in to see a documentary. I love the sound effects of punches back in the day. They have a certain bit of power behind them. Chaz Herring, that's the picture he used for his avatar, yeah. Now see, Donald Sutherland wants Stallone to kill this guy to add more years to his sentence, but he does do the smart thing here. Just if he did kill someone, he would just add more years to his sentence. But he did get shanked for his troubles. Not too bad of a usage of slow motion here. Although the sound effect in slow motion is a bit weird. That's one nitpick I have. The sound effects of the slow motion, like him grunting in pain, that's a bit silly. I mean, if you want to have slow motion, you could just have just music, not sound in that. Chris Lake Counselor, that's tough. I'd probably choose Rocky 2. Love the fight in Rocky 3. I love the sound effects in that. I need a drink of water. Be 1 second. Yeah, Danny Trejo is in this, but in a very, very, very bit part. I have the Mellow Yellow, but it's an all-nighter, so I have to eat, not drink it too much, too fast. But you're one shot. Hat's good. Hat's good. Fuck Captain Marvel. Worst Bruce Willis film? I don't know. Glass? I don't know. Do you still make your heart attack popcorn meal? No, I don't. I haven't made that in years. Many years I have not done it. Now his girl visits him in the... Well, not really... Well... What part of this would you call? Not really hospital, but... Of course, the guards being absolute dickheads once again. Sorry, just reading the chat. Love Lockup. I think that's too bad internet's troll. I think Lockup still holds up very well. Infirmary, yeah, that's the name I'm thinking of. Arturo Corona, if you ask any more of those silly questions, I'm just going to block you, man. Your questions are silly. Could you open the door? Never seen you open your door. You sound like a troll. So one more time you do that, I'm just going to block you, man. You're just asking the weirdest questions. Could you open the door? Either... Okay, Ernest Troll. Were you Chris Hansen before? Because he liked Animal Factory more. And you're called Ernest Troll. So... Were you in a previous life Chris Hansen who did not know how to spell the word fuck? Because he mentioned Animal Factory as well. Yep, John Flynn. Yep, he did do Brainstand. He did Out for Justice with Steven Seagal. He did Brainstand. He did Bestseller. Turn off the light, then you wouldn't be able to see me or anything. Arturo Corona, you're just asking weird questions. Why you want me to open a door? I mean... Just stop asking those weird questions, man. Just weird, silly questions. Under Siege, good film. I reviewed pretty much every Steven Seagal film on the channel as well. Hey, Sam. Yeah, it's a good Stallone film. Yeah, no one ever talks about this film, which is too bad. Dutch has nothing to do with Over the Top. The door is closed. But this is the guy who's going to threaten to rape his girl, that's going to try to lead him to escape because Donald Sutherland wants his sentence to extend. And Stallone does a good job. He's energetic. He's got life in his performance, anger. Crystal Lake Counselor, those all disappeared. Lo and behold, they all disappeared. That one, well, it's one. That one disappeared, never to be heard from again. Go figure. People have to know sometimes these things can be lies. Perry fan, no problem, man. Sloan getting pissed. Move this around. There we go. To get a little bit situated again. Frame by frame. Hi there. Nope, no uncut version of Out for Justice as far as I know. Never seen the package with Andrew Davis directing. Darlene Fludro, who played Stallone's girlfriend, passed away. Oh, that's too bad. That is too bad. David Paul Blanchard, every once in a while. What about my rant? Yeah, I hated Glass. I rant on Glass. I hated it. It's sad that in this third act you don't see a lot of Frank McRae's character. Like, Frank McRae kind of disappears till the very end of the movie, his character V clips, which is too bad. You would think Frank McRae would want to see him in the infirmary. Fuck Glass, but I already ranted on that movie. I explained why. The movie's an insult to Unbreakable. Let's see. How much will you pay for an uncut version of Cobra? It doesn't matter because it doesn't exist anymore. It does not exist anymore. Nah, the star of the escape. A much better escape than escape plan, I'll tell you that. Than all three escape plans put together. This is my favorite part of Bill Conti's score. I love the rhythm he puts into the score in this. I'm not really big in the Split, but it wasn't nearly as bad as Glass was. Glass was one of the worst. M. Night Shyamalan is a fucking hack. Fuck M. Night Shyamalan and fuck Glass. Insult. Movie that makes absolutely zero fucking sense. Insult the brain cells. Nothing in Glass made sense. Nothing. But anyway. Love the music in the scene. Bill McWillie, it was a paid request for me to watch the film and review it. Chance, right now I'm just doing requests that from Patreon and PayPal. Chance, sorry. Town Sizemore screwed him over. You fucked me over, man. You motherfucker. Not the whole time. Perry fan, no, just don't worry. Don't do anything right now, Perry fan. Perry fan, don't do anything right now. You're going to what, frame by frame? Mountain Master is a piece of shit. Tough titty. Not gonna lie. M. Night's been a hack ever since Signs. Tom Sizemore does a good job in this scene too, and they fuck him over. And the shows Stallone how good of a character he is, because even though this guy fucked him over, he's like, no, don't hurt him, don't. Just, you guys be careful that you don't do someone who's innocent. Frame by frame Perry fan. You don't be doing hard time here for the rest of your life. And that's what Down Sutherland wanted the whole time. M. Night's 10 seconds away from being the next Uwe Boll. Last Airbender. Yeah, fuck The Happening, fuck Last Airbender, fuck The Visit, and fuck Glass. There's the guy. He was a guard the whole time. They weren't going to rape her. They were just doing that to piss him off, to make him try to escape. The Happening, that was the one with the weeds. I love that you get at least a little bit of action in here as well. I think he's rape this. And just beats the fuck, hits him right in the nuts, and knocks him the fuck out. Love that. Rape this. Right in the nuts and knocks him the fuck out. Which male actor do you enjoy the most as portraying his son? That's interesting. I think David Mendenhall did a good job in Over the Top. No, I've never written the script. There's no point. What's the point with Hollywood today? Look at Hollywood movies today. Either someone don't know how to write, or they don't take the good strips, or very rarely. La La Land, no, never seen it. I barely remember Runaway Train. I remember seeing it and not being that impressed. You know, that's satisfying. Just beats the fuck out of this guy. Tackles him down. Once again, those sound effects of the punches I enjoy. On your right. It just fucking tackles a flying tackle. How long is lockup? Like an hour and 48 minutes? I said I haven't seen La La Land. Crystal Lake Counselor, I'm more of an Iron Eagle guy. Nice. Just elbow him right in the neck. Sorry, some bitch. Good night, Miguel. Wild Bill? No, I've never seen Wild Bill. And Stallone, you know, again, once again shows he's a good character. Yeah, Spear. If I could make a movie, it'd be a action. Hugo, never seen. Have no interest. Sure, many ideas for movies. Whether it's good, that's subjective. I have no time to write a script nowadays. I have no time nowadays. Really stupid decision coming up. I mean, he's trying to say put him down with this wire, but then when he starts mocking him, that's the stupid idea. Pancake Poppy, not right now. I'm just trying to concentrate on the movie. This is a paid request for Ben. You're wrong. You're wrong. Hi, Scott. Self-sacrifice. Some nice little sparks for production value. This is my favorite piece of Bill Conti music coming up. We don't need a triplets. Here we go. There's the Bill Conti music. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. As the steep happens. This is more of an exhilarating steep than fucking a steep plan. The music is better. The prison looks better. I don't have a favorite Ben Kingsley movie. Generally, most Mesa has a good question. Why would a guy 3 weeks from freedom try to break out of prison? Da-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na-na-na. No, you think he's going to escape, but he's got something. He knows that's not going to fix everything. C.G. Meredith, that's pretty true. They put more effort into the poster than the movie. Sadly, yeah, that's true. John Flynn passed away, who directed this. That's too bad. That's definitely too bad. I don't really care what Melanie of K-12 is doing frame by frame. Sorry. I had enough of that movie. I don't really care what else she's doing. I really don't. Yeah, it was called The Tomb, which is a better title. But yeah, that movie's fucking disappointing. They say make a movie with Arnold and Stallone, but then Arnold doesn't show up till like halfway through the film, and then they barely do anything. Then they have a 10-second fight because they're way too fucking old, and then just rip off shit from Lockup, and then let's just, I don't know. You just what? No, you're talking about Melanie's new film or whatever. I just don't care about her new film or whatever. I really don't care about her new film. You already saw how bad her first film is, so why should I care about her next film? Yeah, I know that. The director Chucky 2, Child's Play 2, I know that. Fortress was a better movie than The Escape Plan. Well, frame by frame, let me ask you, why would you be interested in her next film if her previous film was so bad? That's my question. Oh, you made your request for it. Ah, okay. Well, you didn't tell me that. Okay, I'll do the request then. I won't be happy, but I'll do the request, sure. Well, you didn't tell me that part. He wants to see you rage over it. Yeah. Well, I did see pretty much anything, so I did say that. So there you go. So okay, when the time comes, that'll happen. This is a great moment. That will spend my life running from you. Because he knew if Stephen would not do anything for his predicament. So let's have a one-on-one prison exchange. He will make you do the challenge again? Okay. If that's what it was about, okay then. You're asking as if... I thought you were asking as if it's a movie I would like. No, but if it's for a request frame by frame, okay, I can do that for a request. If you're asking for a request, then sure, I'll do it. You fry the way you're gonna fry. And they foreshadowed the whole electric chair thing. I like that. And they follow through with it. Yeah, I sat through Attack Force, so... I sat through The Amazing Bulk. I sat through The Beast from 1975 that showed actual horse cock. Shut up. I'll show you scum. You pushed him. You pushed him too far. How about 20? How about 30 years? I don't want to do that, Pancake Poppy. Not real life Mel Gibson phone rants. I'm sorry, no. Hey, frame by frame, if you want to request that, feel free. I did not know you were asking about requests, but yeah, feel free to request that movie. If you want to do another challenge or whatever, feel free. Or anyone wants to do that type of request, feel free, man. Just contact me on PayPal or Patreon or whatever. Feel free, man. I said I'm very open to requests, but with exceptions, like the Mel Gibson phone rants, I'm not going to listen to that. I'm sorry. I have no reason to do a commentary on that, man. This is an entertaining finale, but it's not action-packed. It didn't need to be. It's like, come on, shoot me. Petit Poppy, there are exceptions. Like, I'm not going to do a commentary on bestiality. Beast 1975 was close, but I'm not going to do I said almost anything. But stuff like that, that's exceptions. That's like someone saying, I want you to review Traces of Death, what I would say no to. There are exceptions. I don't have to prove nothing. I came here for an institution. And he has his hand tied to it so that if anything happens... Trying to steer him into revealing the truth. Smart idea, actually. Well, I haven't... I don't want to try to... if I try to move away on the web page, I'll screw up the chat. So I'll look at that tomorrow. Is that okay, frame by frame? Because I'm doing an all-nighter. Just have a couple requests to get to. Is that okay? If I look at it tomorrow, frame by frame, because I'm doing all-nighter. I have 2 more commentaries to get to after this. See you in hell. Watch my review of The Beast from 1975. Feel free to watch the review. Nope, no fireworks here. Where's better with this? So he never was going to kill him. Worked out. Take him to your hole, your asshole. Cuff his ass. Cuff his sorry ass. You son bitch. Yep, just wanted to steer him. Frame by frame, I'm looking at request. I don't have enough mellow yellow for that. I seriously don't have enough mellow yellow for that, so... Yeah. Yeah, Wonder Woman 2017. That's a pretty long movie, though, too. Isn't that well over 2 hours? I barely remember that. Isn't that like 2.5 hour long movie, man? There's Frank McRae. Sadly, he disappeared for a good chunk of the third act. No, I don't like Gal Gadot. She sucks ass. How long is Wonder Woman? I barely remember the movie. Other than her thick accent and the stupidity of the movie. Dun, 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 dun. Sweet little ending coming up here. Your incredible smile. I mean, how long is the exact running time of Wonder Woman? Nice sweet ending with a kiss, and I love this song by Jimmy Jameson. As if somebody led my hand. No, I'm not going to butcher you with me singing, but I love this song. Listened to this song many times when I was a kid. Love the song. Yeah, Wonder Woman is 2.5 hours long, man. 2.5 hours long. I just looked it up. Like, come on now. Like, 2.5 hours long? That's almost like 2 movies. And it's a bad movie that I don't like. 2.5 hours is pretty damn long, man, to talk for and to drink every time she talks. I mean, it's 2.5 hours. So, well, I'll send it back because I'm not going to be one of those guys that's just going to steal. Oh, I'm going to steal your money and da da da. I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to refund it because it's the right thing to do. I'm not going to be one of these fucking YouTubers that takes the money and run and shit like some people do. So I'm not there to refunded buyer because I'm not going to be one of those guys that steals people's money and shit. Tomorrow what? Well, I already did it because that way you have your money. I don't like having someone's money that I didn't do. Sorry, I'm listening to this song. It's a great song. Win or lose, it's all the same. People forget the very, very first channel I made, I did movie tributes, where I edited little tributes, first with still pictures and then with little music videos. Yeah, I refunded you frame by frame just because it's not right for me to have money for something I didn't do. Captain Marvel. They're both like 2.5 hours long. They're both tough. You did Tuboli Fleet, but I did not do a commentary for Tuboli Fleet. That's the thing. CJ Meredith, I don't really have a certain... I don't know. I'm kind of winging this whole thing, so I don't know. I don't fish. Hey, Bobby Reynolds, thank you for the super chat. I watched K12 ATA 0 out of 10. Wait, watch stream for a second time and it was bad. If they do that to one of my favorite character, Pippi Longstocking, I would be on the same boat with you as Team NT. Yeah, that's pretty awful, Bobby Reynolds. That'd be pretty... I don't know anything about Pippi Longstocking, but... And that is Lockup. Great movie, still holds up. But, I mean, frame by frame, maybe for... If you want me to do Wonder Woman or Captain Marvel, maybe a little bit more. I mean, I know I'm being greedy about it. Fuck yeah, I am greedy. I can admit it. I'm greedy. Maybe a little bit more since it's over 2.5 hours long. Just saying, maybe a little bit more, but that's up to you. If not, no worries. You've done enough anyway. You've been very nice. So I thank you for that, either way, frame by frame. But no, I don't live in Chicago. That would work, frame by frame. That would work. That would work. And you could pick either one. That would work. See, now I'm being greedy. I know that. I know that for a fact. It's Lock Up, not Lock Out. Lock Up, not Lockout. Lockout's a different movie, and that's a bad movie. Lock Up is the one with Stallone that you want, not Lock Out. Lock Up. That's the one to watch. Listen to Johan 16. There you go. Listen to him. Give me 3. No, I'm just kidding. Give me $1,000. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, Lock Up, not Lock Out. Give me $350 million and I'll think about it. And then take it. No, I'm just kidding. But, well, I can't do that tonight, frame by frame. I have to get to other ones before that. But I think I will do that. So, frame by frame, pick a night to do it. What night do you want me to do this and what time? Frame by frame. Tomorrow, what time? What time tomorrow? Central time, that is. Because I'm on Central time. 1,000 to watch turtles coming out of their shows with no mellow yellow. Sure, if you want to pay 1,000, it'll never happen. I know you're just kidding, but I do it. Next will be session 9, but just going to ask frame by frame what time tomorrow. 7 p.m. Central or 7 p.m. Eastern? 7 p.m. Central or 7 p.m. Eastern? Is that 7 p.m. Central time? Okay then. I've written it down. As for Wonder Woman, if I can find somewhere to watch. But okay. But I'm going to end the stream, take a little 5-10 minute break, and I will be back to do the next one, which is session 9. So again, I'm going to end the stream to separate them. I'm going to take like a 5-10 minute break just to walk around, and then I will be back at about 12:15, 12:20, just so I can stretch my legs a bit, and I will start a new stream, and it will be on session 9, which is another request. So see you guys in a little bit. Have a good night, Perry fan. But yeah, for those who are still sticking around, I will be back in 15 minutes. For those who are not, have a good night. We'll see you guys shortly. Bye-bye.